Satyrus sent me. Raven has made his way into the temple and blocked the portal from the inside. Satyrus thinks he got his information about the temple from a ghost.
By Adonos! He must have summoned the high priest Cardamon to ask him about a way into the temple. According to the records, his grave was in the caves under the fortress. You will have to do the same, but you cannot ask Cardamon anymore. The grave of the warrior prince Quarhodron is supposed to lie in the west of the valley. You will have to find it and waken Quarhodron. It is written in these inscriptions how a believer of Adonos can summon a spirit.
Do you think that'll really work?
I've read a lot of crazy ramblings. For example, the writings of Iberion, the leader of the Brotherhood of the Sleeper. But I believe every word of the author of these writings.
The Brotherhood of the Sleeper didn't spread just lies. The Sleeper really existed.
But it wasn't their lies that made them implausible. It was their words as such. They were more confusing than believable. They showed the excessive use of the swamp weed they smoked. It is the seriousness and prudence in the words on this stone tablet that convince me that this man wrote the truth.
Why Quarhodron? Why not the High Priest Cardamon?
Raven has desecrated the grave of Cardamon with his summoning. We can assume that. We shall have to look for another spirit.
Are you really serious?
I want to explore every possibility. Even if there is only a ghost of a chance for us to meet one of the builders, then we have to do it. Raven has managed to do it after all.
Assuming I want to summon this ghost, what do I have to do?
Find Quarhodron's grave in the west of the valley. His ghost can be summoned by the words of the Guardians of the Dead, which I have written for you here. That's all. Now you just have to find the grave. Good luck, my son.
What was that again about the warrior?
You have to find his grave. I have...
nothing to plunder.
Quarhodron, ancient leader of the warrior caste.
Why do you disturb my rest, Guardian? Tell me, what do you desire?
The land is plagued by earthquakes. We must do something, or the entire island will sink into the sea.
There is nothing left for us to do. The wrath of Adanos has fallen upon Jarkendar to punish the unbelievers.
Grant me access to the Temple of Adanos.
The temple will remain closed for all eternity. Thus did we, the Council, decide.
Someone has forced his way into the Temple of Adanos.
Nonsense. I myself sealed the door. It is impossible to pass.
Indeed. The praised wisdom of the ancestors is truly overwhelming.
A man of your standing does not speak to me thus. I cannot free myself of the impression that you are not the one you pretend to be. If you require my aid, you must first prove yourself to me. Answer my question, so that I may be sure that I do not reveal myself to strangers.
Ask away.
I am Quarhodron, the old warlord of Jarkendar. You have woken me. To which caste of Jarkendar do you belong?
The Guardians of the Dead.
The abilities of a guardian of the dead would have allowed you to waken me, that is true. If you are truly the one you claim to be, you will be able to answer all of my questions. Except for one. Who once protected the people of Jarkendar from enemy attacks?
The warrior caste.
Who can give me a direct order?
The priests.
Who brought the evil upon us?
The warrior caste.
Who has the final word in the Council of Five?
The scholars.
Who alleviates suffering and attends to the ill?
The healers.
Who sealed the portal to guard the world from evil?
I don't know.
Good. I trust you and shall grant you my aid.
Now listen here. A truly evil fellow has gained access to the Temple of Adanos. If you don't let me into the temple right now, it will probably be too late and everything will go down the drain.
That cannot be. The High Priest Quarhodron and I are the only ones in Jarkendar who know how to open the gate to Adanos' temple.
Well, then your pal Cardamon must have blabbed. I'm telling you the gate was open. I saw it myself.
Well, there is truth in your voice. I shall no longer doubt your words.
I should hope so.
Take, then, the password. It is written on this stone tablet. Speak the words at the sealed gate of the temple, and it will open. My time is done. Alas, I can no longer help you. But remember, beware the chambers of Adanos, else your death is certain.
Wait, what about the chambers?
My strength is failing. Farewell. We shall meet again in the realm of the dead.
Put that weapon down!
Hey! I've talked to Quarhodron.
Then you were really able to waken him from the realm of the dead? That's unbelievable. I am more and more amazed by these builders. Who knows what they could have achieved if they still existed today? What did the ghost say?
He gave me something that will let me get into the Temple of Adanos.
Then go straight to Satyrus. He will certainly be interested in what you have to say.
The problem with the temple gate is solved.
Has the spirit spoken?
Yes, he has.
Then you know how to get into the temple.
Correct. And he also told me what is in the temple. He spoke of a mighty sword and the chambers of Adanos.
By Adanos, what fools we are. How could we have been so naive? The hints in the records. This sword can only be the claw of Beliar. We must get through those chambers as soon as possible and take possession of the weapon.
What is the Claw of Beliar?
It is the incarnation of evil. Beliar himself created it. Whoever bears it possesses a terrible tool of destruction. The more powerful the bearer is, the mightier the power of the claw. Only someone who is strong of spirit and steadfast in his faith can withstand its spell. Now it is clear to me why the builders sealed off this valley. They brought this weapon of evil into their city and fell under its power. These arrogant fools destroyed one another out of greed. The cruelty knew no end until Adonis's wrath swept across the land and sank everything into the sea. Indeed, the creators of the portal did well to hide these things from the rest of the world. And what a tragic end for such a wonderful culture. Do you realize the urgency of our mission now? Raven is a strong fighter and is blinded by his lust for power. In his hand, the claw will be an instrument of destruction. He must not get the weapon, or we shall all be lost.
What are the chambers of Adonis?
We now know that the entrance is not the only obstacle that prevents us from entering the depths of the temple. In the temple itself, there are 3 chambers, which are meant to deter all intruders. The colored relics of the builders are the key. Only if we gather all the relics and solve their riddles will we enter the inner sanctum of the temple. I don't know whether Raven was able to decipher the riddles of the temple, but if that is the case, we have a big problem.
What exactly do I do with the relics in the temple?
We know too little. However, it is to be hoped that you'll recognize their significance once you're in the temple. I'm sorry that I can't tell you more. It's all up to you now. Take the relics and make your way immediately to the temple. May Adonis be merciful and protect us all. Perhaps it is not yet too late. May Adonis protect you.